Think buying a new stamp means you are officially renewed and ready to notarize? Well, think again. If you just start stamping away, you might actually be putting your entire commission on the line. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're breaking down the exact roadmap for renewing your Wisconsin Notary commission with absolute confidence. We're going to dive deep into the specific requirements, the exact timelines, and some massive recent legal updates so you can navigate the Wisconsin Department of Financial Institutions renewal process seamlessly. Whether you're coming up on your very first renewal or your fifth, we've got everything you need to maintain your vital role as an impartial witness for the public trust.
So let's tackle this massive misconception right out of the gate. Does simply buying a new stamp or dropping cash on a new surety bond automatically renew your commission? It's incredibly common to receive these flashy marketing mailers from supply companies right as your expiration date approaches. They make it seem like purchasing their convenient little renewal package instantly extends your authority.
But the answer is an emphatic, hard no. Purchasing those items is literally just one step in a much bigger process, and doing so without finishing the rest of it does not give you any legal authority to notarize. Insurance companies and stamp manufacturers are not the bosses here. They cannot issue notary public commissions. Only the Wisconsin Department of Financial Institutions, the WDFI, can grant you that authority. If you just buy the supplies and start stamping, you are performing completely unauthorized notarizations. Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We'll quickly cover Wisconsin Notary renewal basics, walk through a step-by-step renewal guide, tackle some common challenges and tips, review post-renewal statutory compliance, highlight essential resources and support, and finish up with our conclusion and professional disclaimer.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, Wisconsin Notary Renewal Basics.
In Wisconsin, a standard notary commission lasts for exactly 4 years. But here is the kicker. You really do not want to wait until the last minute. The absolute best practice is to start your renewal process at least 3 weeks before your current commission expires. But the WDFI actually opens a golden window of opportunity, allowing you to submit your paperwork up to 6 months early. Getting a head start like that ensures there is zero gap in your ability to serve the public.
Why does this timeline matter so much? Well, if your commission lapses, even by a single day, any notarization you perform is completely invalid. You must stop immediately. Plus, every time you renew, you're essentially recertifying that you still meet Wisconsin's core requirements. You know the drill. You have to be a U.S. resident, at least 18 years old, have the equivalent of an 8th grade education, and crucially, you cannot have a felony or misdemeanor conviction involving a violation of the public trust.
Moving right along to Section 2, our step-by-step renewal guide.
Here is your exact chronological playbook to getting this done right. Step 1. You have to take the online notary tutorial exam. You need a 90% or higher to pass, and that certificate is good for 1 year. Step 2. Secure a $500 surety bond. Remember, this bond is there to protect the public, not you. You'll also need to buy your new official stamp right now because you actually have to affix its impression directly onto your application. Step 3 is completing the application itself and taking your oath of office. And here's a fun fact. That oath actually has to be notarized by another active notary. Finally, Step 4. Submit the whole shebang with your $20 application fee. Definitely use the WDFI's File Online portal for the fastest processing times.
Now, check out these numbers, because this is super interesting. When you compare the $20 application fee and the $500 bond requirement against the strict $5 maximum fee you can legally charge per traditional notarial act, it really puts things into perspective, right? Becoming a notary is a true public service. While your upfront setup costs might total around $75 to $100, Wisconsin law strictly caps your fee for an in-person act at just $5. Sure, travel and service fees can be negotiated separately, but the act itself is capped. It's a great reminder that this role is about facilitating commerce and trust, not getting rich off your stamps.
All right, let's get into Section 3, Common Challenges and Tips.
Even the pros hit roadblocks, so we need to talk about a massive recent legal update, the 2023 Wisconsin Act 258. Under this act, having the expiration date carved into your physical stamp is now totally optional. But here's the catch. Failing to manually write that exact date on the actual certificate will invalidate the entire notarial act. Because the state consolidated rules under the term official stamp, manufacturers don't have to build the date in anymore. That means the legal burden shifts entirely to you. If your stamp doesn't print the day, month, and year your commission expires, you absolutely must handwrite it or use a separate adjustable date stamp. No exceptions.
What about navigating life changes? If you renew early and your old stamp still has an active valid expiration date on it, you must continue using that old stamp until it actually expires. Only switch to the new one when the new term officially starts. Changing your name or moving? File a free change form with the WDFI within 10 days. And if your seal is ever lost or stolen, listen, that is a major security issue. You have to notify the state in writing immediately, and your replacement stamp must look visibly different from the stolen one. Don't let a lost seal derail your compliance.
That brings us to Section 4, Post-Renewal Statutory Compliance.
So you've got your renewal approved. Awesome. But being a notary isn't a set-it-and-forget-it gig. It requires active diligence. Wisconsin law now uses the specific term official stamp. And guess what? When your commission eventually ends, you are legally required to securely disable or destroy it. Whether you resign, expire, or just get a new stamp for a new term, you cannot just toss your old official stamp in a drawer or the trash. You have to physically deface it or peel the rubber off and cut it into little pieces to ensure absolutely no one else can ever use it to commit fraud in your name.
Now, what if you're planning to utilize remote online notarization, or RON? Wisconsin fully embraces it, but the guardrails are incredibly tight. You can notarize for a signer located literally anywhere in the world, but you, the notary, must be physically standing inside the borders of Wisconsin during the act. You also have to use a WDFI-approved technology provider, and unlike traditional paper notarizations, RON legally mandates an electronic journal and the strict, safe storage of the audio-visual recording for a minimum of 7 years.
Speaking of journals, keeping a traditional paper journal is hands down your best practice. While Wisconsin law doesn't explicitly force you to keep a paper journal for standard in-person notarizations, the WDFI strongly encourages it. Think about it. If you're ever called into a deposition 5 years from now and asked to prove you properly identified a signer, your journal is your primary defense. It's your paper trail. Always record the date, document type, signer's name, the ID they presented, and make sure to grab their signature.
Next up is Section 5, Essential Resources and Support.
You don't have to navigate this all alone. To assure you never fall out of compliance, it's vital to know exactly where to turn for official help. The WDFI website is your ultimate hub. That's where you'll access the mandatory tutorial exam and that handy file online portal for faster processing. Got a tricky, nuanced question? Don't guess. Just email the Notary Records section directly at dfinotary@dfi.wisconsin.gov. They are there to help. And for your bonds, stamps, and ongoing training, professional associations like the National Notary Association or the American Association of Notaries are absolutely fantastic resources.
Finally, we've made it to Section 6, Conclusion and Professional Disclaimer. Let's bring it all together. By following this step-by-step process, you ensure that you continue to serve the public trust with the utmost integrity. Remember, your fundamental role is to deter fraud by serving as an impartial, reliable witness. By staying on top of your renewal timelines, strictly adhering to those new Act 258 stamping rules, and maintaining meticulous records, you are safeguarding not just your own commission, but the very fabric of legal and commercial transactions across Wisconsin. One last thing, just as a quick disclaimer, this explainer gives you the structural roadmap, but state laws and fees frequently update over time. Always verify the latest regulations directly with the WDFI or a legal professional for personalized guidance. Ultimately, you are the guardian of your own compliance. Thank you so much for joining me to master the Wisconsin renewal process, so I'll leave you with this. What steps will you take today to ensure your very next notarization is absolutely ironclad?